Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Jordy if you don't know me, and today's video, as you can see in the title, is a foundation review. I had been seeing absolutely wonderful things about the Juvia's Place concealer, foundation, powder, and I had to try it. I bought these with my own money. These were not gifted. This is not sponsored. I just wanted to try it. This video is my first impression, what I thought about these products. I will say it right off the bat. The reason I was really drawn to these products was the foundation and concealer range that they have provided. It is so inclusive, and I thought that was so freaking cool that I had to support it. I had to have the foundation and concealer and powder. So I bought them all. If you want to hear my thoughts on these products, then you'll have to watch the entire video. I already have moisturizer on my face. I am going to put on some primer. My favorite lately is the hydrating oil from Milk Makeup with the Smashbox primer, which is oil-free. I love that this gives a little bit of hydration and slip when I put on my foundation, if that makes any sense. I also love the way it smells. I find it like a weird, comforting smell. It's like a little bit citrusy. And by adding an oil under my makeup, it seems to keep my natural oils at bay and I don't get as oily throughout the day. And then the Smashbox Photo Finish does a great job at blurring and filling in my pores a little bit. I do find that I have to switch up my primer depending on the foundation, so hopefully this primer works with this foundation. If it doesn't, then we'll have to try it again. So this is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation. It's full coverage. It says apply product with a wet beauty sponge or a synthetic makeup brush with a sweeping and buffing motion all over face. So we're gonna use a wet, dirty 30 sponge because they're my favorite. I got the shade Capri 630. Hopefully it's a match. I'm gonna pop it on my sponge. It looked like it was quite thick and full coverage, so I don't want to put on too much. I bought it online, so I couldn't test the shade, but I didn't find it too painful on their website. There was a good description of the color and the undertone. The finish looks lovely. I think we did a pretty darn good job matching the shade as well, especially looking at my arm. My arm's a little bit more tan than my face and my neck. And since I got the concealer as well, I always think it's safe to grab a foundation that might be slightly dark and then grab the concealer that might be a little light, because then you can use them to balance each other out and mix them a little bit. But from what I saw online, it looks like if you have an Ulta, which I don't because I'm in Canada, you can actually go in and grab the foundation in store and find your color. When I got this, I was surprised at how small this little thing of foundation was. It's 30 milliliters, 1 fluid ounce, but that was just one little blob of foundation and it's pretty good. I'm gonna put a little bit more in some of the problem areas, see if it's buildable. So far, I really love it. I love the finish. My skin looks like skin. It looks pretty flawless. Definitely buildable. I like that it's full coverage, but you can also customize it to be not too full coverage. Just so we're all one color. It's still blendable. One thing I don't like about really matte foundations is if you notice that you've got maybe a little bit of cakiness and you try and blend it out, sometimes it just lifts off your skin because it's kind of dried out. This seems to still be movable. I really like that. This looks awesome. I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit more. Got this weird little red patch on my face. I'm really happy with that. Let's move on to the concealer. This is, what are you? I threw away I recycled the boxes. This is a Juvia's Place concealer. I think it's called Magic Concealer. I think. I could be wrong. This is huge. This is like the same size as the foundation. So I got shade 22. I went light because I like to highlight with my concealer. And also, like I said before, to balance out the foundation if it's a little bit dark. I'm just gonna start with it under my eyes, just in case it needs to be blended a little bit quicker. Some concealers seem to dry really quickly, and if you don't blend them out right away, then you're gonna have a hard time. That looks pretty amazing. Do a little bit of highlight. Just in the center of my face and under my cheek, hollow. It's so creamy and blendable, but has really great coverage. We've got coverage, but it's not cakey. It's not as matte as I thought it would be, and I'm kind of glad about that. It feels so nice. My forehead is always my problem area. I've got a little breakout right now, but it's not clinging to any little dry patches. I've got good coverage, and the texture is pretty good. I also attempted to pick a color that I could contour with. This is shade 13. I tried to find one that was a little bit cool toned, and I think this is gonna work. Let's see. I don't want to use too much. So it's a little bit warmer on my skin than it looked in the bottle, but it looks quite nice. Let's go in a little bit more. I can definitely roll with that. It blends so nicely. I've been having a really hard time matching my foundation to my spray tan. It has kind of a really yellow undertone. This blended into my foundation matches my tan perfectly. It gives the perfect warmth. I think what I'll do is contour with a powder on top of it to create more of a shadow, but this is so nice for just warming up my skin tone to match the rest of my body. So I may not have found my perfect contouring shade, but I am so happy with those 3 colors in just giving me an awesome base. I think we lucked out on that. I'm not gonna contour my nose with it because I know it's gonna pull really warm, but I am going to just put it across my nose for a little warmth. Honestly, thrilled with how this is going. This is not sponsored. I bought these with my own money in case you forgot. Last product, I've got very high hopes. This is the I Am Magic setting powder. This is the shade White Sands. I was also a little surprised at how small this little powder is. I can't get the sticker off. And I've lost my tweezers, so I can't use them. We're in, let's try it. Since it's small, I'm kind of thinking maybe I don't need a lot. Just using the same sponge, put that under my eye. That looks pretty darn good. It's brightening, not too brightening. It's not chalky. The finish is like blurring my skin. Let's just compare at this point. I've done powder here on this side, not here on this side. Hopefully you can see how much it's blurred my complexion. It kind of reminds me of the milk powder. I'll show you guys nice and close, putting it in this area. It's actual magic. Get a little forehead action. I'm so happy with this complexion. So I'm seeing that I have creased a little bit under my eye. The concealer's kind of mixed with the powder, and it's like a kind of a dry, cakey crease. There's construction going on outside. I asked them to stop, but they won't. So, sorry. I'm just gonna add a little bit more powder. See if I can pull a tiny bit more moisture out of the concealer so we don't crease. This is the trickiest part about reviewing a foundation because it can be amazing and incredible and look great, but if in an hour it looks like shit, that's not good. So I will leave sort of a wear test comment below and I'll pin it at the top so you can see how it actually wore. Fingers crossed because this looks so good. The powder has a little bit of coverage in it too. Just gonna sculpt my face a little bit more. Using the Give Me Some Sun palette by Makeup Obsession. And now I'm gonna throw on some highlight, the Melt Cosmetics Morning Star. Oh my God, this highlighter is insanely beautiful. It has like a little bit of gold and a little bit of pink. And on my skin tone, it just shows up as this like glow from within. And my favorite part, the blush of my dreams. Literally mine. Now I'm gonna do my brows, eyes, and lips, and I will be right back to chat a little bit more. And my face is finished. I am so happy with the way this face makeup looks. Hopefully it wears well. Check down below in the pinned comments for how it wore throughout the day. I love the coverage. I love the finish. The colors turned out to be perfect, which is great. I think it says a lot about the website that I was able to pick these out and they matched great. It's a little bit expensive, but not like crazy expensive. You don't need a lot, so I think it's gonna last a really long time. If this wears well, I might have a new favorite combination of face products. Yeah, I know. 10 out of 10, I am recommending Juvia's Place face products, powder, concealer, and foundation. Absolutely amazing. Let me know if you've tried this foundation and concealer, if you want to try this foundation and concealer. Also, let me know if you liked this kind of shorter review video instead of a full face of makeup, because I would definitely like to do them more often. It's much easier for me to film, easier for me to edit. So let me know if there's any products you want me to review and I will get on it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.